want to be, you gotta make the video filthy.
It's a Killer C production.
Yeah. I got game for sale. I would never tell. Look, I done a lot of shit in life I can't take back. Obstacles I stumble over, seem to always shake back. Seem like I'ma spend my whole life running, chasing them rats, trying to stay away from the game. I seem to always transact. You all on that dirty scale, them pounds in this bitch got the whole house with a smell. And I ain't telling shit, dog, I got some game for sale. I wear it on the wheel, bag it up, go get my mail. Yeah, we getting pounds by the bell, yeah. Coke for scale, yeah. House got a smell, hope the neighbors don't tell. Residue all on my scale, I need to clean the shit up. Strapped up, riding to myself, don't know if he's scheming or what. Mama say, leave the game alone, right now this shit ain't the same. And I've been thinking about my kids, like I say, I'm feeling the same. And I remember being broke, so I'ma go get some change and stay on top of my game, so they don't go through the same. I came out, thugging on Magnolia Road, watching out for the 5-0. Everybody holler one time, when the people rule. Granny say slow my rule, with them sales by the door. Traffic causing static and them police, they been kicking those. Be smart now, I wanna let it go, keep running in the hard times. Back to selling those, working jobs part-time. Clogging out to put some pounds on the clock now. Yeah, I done a lot of shit in life I can't take back. Obstacles I stumble over, seem to always shake back. Seem like I'ma spend my whole life running, chasing them rats, trying to stay away from the game. I seem to always transact. You all on that dirty scale, them pounds in this bitch got the whole house with a smell. And I ain't telling shit, dog, I got some game for sale. I wear it on the wheel, bag it up, go get my mail. Yeah. Saying nigga who ain't never had nothing. Hoes used to talk down, bitch, look at me now. Started with a quarter ounce, graduated to a QP9. Nigga really trap out the pounds. Got the same crew for days, ain't had time to change. Park up full of faces cause I beat up the block. Residue on my scale, line full of clientele. Got them lined out, pie strip out the pot. Still the same nigga who ain't never had nothing. Hoes used to talk down, bitch, look at me now. Started with a quarter ounce, graduated to a QP9. Nigga really trap out the pounds. Got the same crew for days, ain't had time to change. Park up full of faces cause I beat up the block. Residue on my scale, line full of clientele. Got them lined out, pie strip out the pot. Still the same nigga, but a dollar, I ain't never gonna change, I ain't never gonna change. Use a lamb, nigga, dick ride next, man, cause you see that it get a low change. I been doing thug thing, keeping it low key, nigga, I stay out the way. Every day hustling, tired of the struggling, 24/7, nigga, gotta get paid. Posted at the trap house first and last out, I ain't going home, I remember them days. All night flight, dog, selling out white hard, money ain't right, I'ma knock out the G. Early in the morning, in the mall for some G's, get fresh for the day, gotta go flip a pack, dog, put off some racks, dog, make that shit back. What I spend on them G's, used to whoop up that white sauce. Come bring that shit back, I done fuck up the years, it's so easy just to drop hard. I can scrape, rock the shit off, flip the 28, skirt, that's a double whoop, 28 to 56, knock at the door, fiends flexing for another hood, cell phone, rain cap, calling for another zip, wear it up, bag it up, gotta take another trip. Still the same nigga who ain't never had nothing, hoes used to talk down, bitch, look at me now. Started with a quarter ounce, graduated to a QP9, nigga really trap out the pounds. Got the same crew for days, ain't had time to change, park up full of faces cause I beat up the block. Residue on my scale, line full of clientele, got them lined out, pie strip out the pot. Still the same nigga who ain't never had nothing, hoes used to talk down, bitch, look at me now. Started with a quarter ounce, graduated to a QP9, nigga really trap out the pounds. Got the same crew for days, ain't had time to change, park up full of faces cause I beat up the block. Residue on my scale, line full of clientele, got them lined out, pie strip out the pot. Still the same nigga, bitch, look at me now. Nah, nigga really trap out the pound. Park up for the faces cause I beat up the block. Got them lined up, high script up the pot.
nacimiento. Danza, danza con las flores, píntame con tus colores. Medicina, ayahuasca, Wakantuma, Chakronita, Cura, cura, cuerpecito, muy sagrado condorcito. Pinta, pinta las visiones, abre, abre corazones. Gran espíritu divino, guía, guía mi camino. Cantaremos icaritos en el fuego de tus ritos. Medicina, ayahuasca, Wakantuma, Chakronita,
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank y'all for tuning in and vibing with me for a little bit. Those of you that are watching, thank you for being here presently. Those of you who will tune in later and just catch the back end of the video or something. Also, I would like to thank you for tuning into this video. This video I'm going to call Digging Up the Bones. Hiyoko, Tientamo, Osio, Alito, all that good stuff, right? But we're going to call this Digging Up the Bones. And the reason I choose to call this Digging Up the Bones is there are a few things that I would like to touch on, being that some people have an issue when you try to teach them things that they don't know, right? They tend to want to deny. So what I'm going to go over is the war in the Mississippi, slightly. Then I'm going to go over that will be the Lenape. The second version of that, we're going to go over the Muskogee version, talk about the Muskogee story. And then we'll go into Thomas Woodward, who had the pleasure of being around these tribal people, getting stories from them, and, being able to do some work to figure out this whole thing, right? What we're going to call this whole thing. And the panel, bros on the panel, let me drop this fire so y'all can be seen. If y'all do have anything to say before we start, you all can go ahead and introduce yourself as you will, if you will.
Yo, Puma in the building.
What's good with you, cuz?
Hiyoko family.
What's good?
I am Little Deer here representing the Deer family in the English terms. As best as I could say it. That was kind of hard to say, Deer Clan. But, I try to give it to them in a little bit of English now,
Right. Let me see. I did send Pada. He didn't join.
You probably getting y'all later.
Yeah, I attempt to do this again. For some reason, my control not showing, or the wrong control is showing. Give me 1 minute. Hold on. Yeah, the wrong control is showing. Let me trying to add it back to the stage. but now they aren't letting me add it back to the stage, which is insane. Yeah, I don't know why they doing that. That's weird. Hold on. That's weird. Let me see if it's the camera issue. We're gonna try to share screen. Let me try to do this again. Um, yeah, they're not. Here we go. Add to stage. There we go. Okay. Can y'all view the screen? Y'all good? We all good?
Yeah, I can see him.
All right. Let me make this call, and if it is what it is after that, I'm gonna go ahead and continue. So let me call Paul one more time, and because I know this is a bill that he want to deal with. So let me do this. And cuz y'all boys go to YouTube for me and send the link.
Hold on. What? So, how you mean? I need to go on my YouTube on the other phone?
Yeah, or if you could go on this phone, go on the YouTube.
I mean, I can get on the computer too, but I just the phone more accessible right now, and I got the computer hooked up, but them turning up front, man. Now I wouldn't even be able to hear nothing. Them boy running crazy up front right now. I got the whole gang in here and some. So hold on. All right, on the you saying them to my link on YouTube? What you want me to do, cuz?
I shared it to my Facebook. Let me see.
Oh, I got that. So hold on. What you want me to do with that link, cuz? What you want me to do with that link? That Reese or Mont?
Let's see. All right, I'm
to
good.
share it on your platforms. Hold on, I'm about to.
Yeah, he's sending them to me in the text. That's why I'm
Do it
trying
on
to.
Threads. Yeah.
Yeah, or
Hold on, it
yeah.
might kick me off. I'm on YouTube real quick. Hold on, it might kick me out.
What the fuck? Why this shit in? Because if I click on it, just taking me back to the link. Because we in here, I guess.
Let me see. So I do want to start with y'all at this. So for those watching, what you all are looking at is the Walla The Walla again, as explained, is supposed to be a Lenape story based on their creation and migrations into this land. Now, in book 447, this is where I want to start because it's talking about the exact time that they crossed the Ohio River and then crossed into the Mississippi Valley. So this is what this is explaining. Can y'all boys mute up for me while I'm reading this, and then I'm have y'all unmute once I'm done. So when Possum Face was chief, he worried about the destruction of things belonging to others. Now when daylight came, he spoke 3 times. Let those going east be many. They separated at Fish River, or as you all will see here, Namisi or Namisi Sipu. And what this is the Mississippi River. So this is the invasion of the Mississippi River. Now, what you will notice is there is a mound to the east of the river, signifying that this is the land of the Teligui, or all these different terms that we have for these people, right? So, and the lazy ones, or the ones who were lazy, returned to Snow Mountain. When Lean Two Man was chief, the Teligui were in possession of the east. When Strong Friend was chief, he wanted to go to the eastern country. Now, I want to stop it here also. Wapawaki. Someone continues to DM me asking me what is the Wapawaki connection. It simply means east, or those who inhabit the eastern land. When some infiltrated into the east, where the Teligui were, Some were killed. In right-minded indignation, all said, let us despoil, let us destroy. Peace, The Iroquois, their northern friends, then arrived, and all was explained to them. It was while Longbread was chief that they went along the road and on the river to the other side of the water. That was good, for they killed many there in the Taliga land or Taliga country. When one who has a resonant voice was chief, they were exceedingly powerful in Taliga country. When Little Basket was chief, they were given many dwelling places. When Go-Between was chief, all the Taliga inhabitants were in the south. And I will pause it here, because here also I will explain to you that Shawniwak or Shawniwi means southern land, or the land where there is moderate heat, the place of moderate heat. When one who preserves what is there was chief, all the men enjoyed living. The Snow Mountain men who were now south of the lakes, were now south of the lakes, and while their Iroquois friends were north of the lakes. These were incapable of remaining friends, for they went about to forbidden places when Snow Blizzard was chief. When Truth-Telling Man was chief, the Iroquois had already destroyed many things. When Upright Nature was chief, the Iroquois trembled. This is the end of this chapter. You get into book 5 or chapter 5. And it continues on their stay in the eastern land. Long ago, all kept peace with each other there in the Taliga country. Roadman was chief there along the middle reaches of the White River. When Wildcat was chief, there was much farming. When one who dreams of good things was chief, there were many people. When one who writes was chief, true records were kept. When Old Bird was chief, there were many berries. So when one who remains was chief, there were many dwelling places. When one who paddles was chief, traveled on many rivers. When Little Fog was chief, many of them went away. With the Nanakok and the Shawnee to the land in the south. Dagger. So with this, I'm going to pause here. We're speaking about the invasion of what? The Mississippi. Now, speaking of the invasion in the Mississippi or of the Mississippi, that were coming into the land as invaders also. We've spoke on this many times. And here, we'll go ahead and share it again, speak on this battle which had taken place. And this battle got me in trouble one time because a lot of people didn't understand that, hey, it was their ancestors coming across these rivers. They felt like, oh, well, he's attacking us instead of telling us the facts of the matter. Now, one place you will notice in here is Yazoo. The Lenape and the Muskogee were able to come together at one point and decide to raid this land. So here in this text, which I won't give away, if you are family, if you're tribally affiliated, you can hit me up. I'll send it to you. Now, the Muskogee were trying to catch them. They were trying to catch who? They were trying to catch the Alabama, because the Muskogee and the Alabama actually had a war, which caused them to flee across the Mississippi. Similar story that the Lenape have, right? Now, they advanced again, and after a march of some days, they came to the river Ohio, which the French call Belle Riviere. They went up along the banks near Wabush, and perceiving that the Alabamas had crossed the Ohio, they also crossed it. When they were on the other side, finding a region with a very beautiful climate and a very rich in all kinds of game, they determined to establish themselves there and fix their dwellings in what is known as Yazoo country. As the season was much advanced, they ceased their pursuit and content themselves with sending some young warriors to try to discover the route which the Alabamas had taken. The Muskogees, profiting by some caves which they found and some which they made, took possession of Yazoo lands, where they passed many years and where the caves which they excavated exist to this day. So continued war, and here we go. The Muskogee warriors, having learned that the country which their enemies inhabited was towards the rising sun, in a region where the rigors of winter were little felt, and where a great quantity of game and all kinds is to be found, they resolved to pursue them a third time and to populate that country, which is between the two Floridas, Dagger. With this objective, they crossed the river Cumberland and the Tennessee and followed from the north of the river Coosa to the banks of which the remains of the Alabamas had established themselves. The latter, having learned of the march of the Muskogee, did not think it well to await them. They abandoned their positions and scattered. Some went to seek asylum to the Choctaws, and the rest repaired to Mobile under the protection of the French, who had just taken possession. The Muskogee, no longer finding enemies to fight, took peaceful possession of the country which they had just conquered. They established themselves on the river Coosa, Tallapoosa, Chattahoochee, Flint, Okmulgee, Little and Great Oconee, and Ogeechee, and pushed their settlements as far as the river Savannah in Georgia, where the city of Augusta is now built. So when we explain that the Mississippians are invaders, when we explain that those who crossed the Mississippi came with war, this is exactly what we mean. Now, this is Thomas Woodward, someone who had the pleasure to live amongst these people. Now, in his text, and these are letters that he was sending back to different people that was doing this work. And it says, the Creeks, as I have mentioned before, let me try to see if I can zoom in so you all can get a little better picture. Let's see, right here. The Creeks, as I have mentioned before, originally inhabited the skirts of the timbered country bordering on the Gulf of Mexico and between Del Norte and Mississippi rivers. When the Muskogee, Natchez, Choctaw, and Chickasaws crossed to the east of the Mississippi River, a town of Indians, yet among the Creeks, the Otisi or Utusi or Otisi, and we know that's Uchisi. But I'm not gonna tell anyone. I just told you, but I'm not gonna tell anyone, right? So these people crossed over and they became known as the Red Sticks because they settled in present day Baton Rouge. This is what he's getting from this group. Now, one thing that he says about this group is he says the Indians who inhabited the Gulf Coast and that of the Atlantic as far east as Beaufort, South Carolina, and the rivers as far back as latitude 33 degrees north, previous to the settlement of the Muskogees in the country, were known as the Tapagolas, and that is properly Chicola, Yupa-Achicola, Apalachicola, right? You have the Mobilians, the Appalachi, the Hichiti, the Yuchi, the Yamacraw or the Yamasi, and the Shawnee. So you have original inhabitants of the East before or previous to the settlement of the Muskogee in the country. So what does this mean? This means that those who, and a lot of us have this in our blood, but it's okay to understand that in the blood, there's some invader to the east. Now, that's simple and short for me to explain. Those of you who didn't catch it, please go back and read it or listen to this video again. Now, if I can find this picture, let me see if I can find this picture. Chief Golden Hawks sent me a picture from Okmulgee Mounds. It's something that's fascinating that I peeped, and I told him, I said, "Hey, bro, I need you to go back and take a picture for me. Send that picture to me because it's something in that picture that nobody has caught. Nobody has peeped what was in this picture." And I'm going to go read this to you right now. I just uploaded this on my Facebook. Let me share this tab. Let's see. Now, let me see if I can zoom in. Panel, y'all got me? Can y'all hear me, cuz?
Yeah, we tapped in. I'm right here.
Yeah,
All
we
right,
see you loud
perfect.
and hear you loud and clear, nephew.
Perfect. So here's my dagger. Somebody asked me to prove it. Okmulgee cultural sequence. Woodland. Cultivate beans and corn. Woodland Indians began to live in villages at least part of the year. Tools and pottery became more varied. They pottery by stamping the unfired surface with wooden paddles carved with complex designs. These people were displaced by the Mississippians, but continued to live in the area. 17,000 years, they considered them Paleo Indians. So my point is, the people who consider themselves to be Kusa, you are not the people that were there 1,000 years ago, but you came only about 1,000, 1,100 to 600 years ago because you did what? Displaced the original recipients. Our presentation tonight. We can open free bill for a good team. Panel, it's on y'all.
Can you zoom in on that picture right there? Okay. What a arrow is? What's that say?
Say it again.
What an arrow is? Three down. What does that say?
Perfect. This arrow is speaking on the woodland culture right here.
Okay, that's okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Facts. It's speaking on the woodland culture. So what they say, well, it says the woodland Indians began to live in villages at least part of the year. We know why, right? We know why people will only stay there for certain times and go to certain places and leave and come back and whatever. So when we speak on the ancient blood, we're literally speaking on shit like this. I tell you what, the Mississippians are invaders. No, they're not. It's because you don't view your people as invaders, if that's you. But since Negroes only get their information about the Mississippian era directly from Europeans, they never know that the original people were literally, and again, can somebody read this last sentence for me, please?
What you say, guys?
On this picture, can you read the last sentence? Can you see it on the picture?
All right, hold on. The Mississippian, 11,000 to 650 years ago.
So that's that era. Anything before that era doesn't deal with the Mississippians, because again, the Mississippians was certain groups of people that were invading the East. But it's people again. It's prove that they're invaders. No, they're not. They always been over here. But how could they always been over here if the word Mississippi comes from the Lenape?
Oh, don't go off.
Now, I'm going to show something that is going to align with that date that we've seen at Okmulgee Mounds, right? I'm going to show something that's going to align with that. And this is going to hurt a lot of people. This is going to hurt a lot of people. This is going to upset a lot of people. Let's see if we can find this. Matter of fact, let me see if I have to search. Let me see if I can search. Oh well. Okay. Here we go. Perfect. Now, so when we're dealing with the Walla, as I tell people to get this right. Now it says the next problem is, who were the Teligui? Now at the bottom, some believe that they are the ancestors to the modern Cherokee, and that many of these works owe their respects or due to these latter people. Two things here. One, there's a special group that are attached to them. Two, but that group were not really known for doing what they claim to have done later on, right? So here we go. The lazy ones. We talked about the lazy ones. The lazy ones returning to Snow Mountain may have been the Blackfoot, Cheyenne, and Arapaho, thus explaining their position in historic time. Another method at arriving at the proper conclusions of this question would be to learn what cultures were dominant in the Ohio Valley at the time of the Lenape invasion. If our relative chronology is at all correct, the Lenape came into the Ohio River Valley, or the Ohio Valley, around AD 1000 during the Hopewellian period. Now pause. The Lenape would have come into the valley about 1000 AD, right? This is what it says. And this is some shit they signed off on, but let's take this for what it's written as. If we go back to this Facebook post, And you look at this date, 11,000 years would give you about what? Excuse me, 1,100 years would give you about what? 900 AD. Remember I said that the Lenape and the Muskogee invaded around the same time? Here's the proof. Here's the proof. So us original East Siders, when we talk about this story, a lot of people are going to catch heat because they're not originally from the sun side. They people invaded the sun side. I'll leave I'm officially done with my presentation. Pa, if you want to touch on this, because I know you did a build on it and may want to touch on some things, so you could take over if you wish.
All right. All right, family. It's a Mukla. Yeah. Dealing with that, um, like we said on previous builds before, well, Wale and I had built and say how they came, across the Fish River and everything in Yellow River, which is actually dealing with Yellowstone Park, because that's where you had the volcano at, and that's where when you have stories that have been told to you and that haven't even much been in books. We had family from the Chata that actually said this, and there was like, well, we had invaders who was, Asian Mongolians, war machines. You know what I'm saying? They came to fight against the mound builders, and so when we finally got the Walla, we put the pieces together because when nephew was reading, he said Yellow River. I said, man, that's right there in Yellowstone Park. And he said, you know what? Oh, you damn right. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they are invaders. They actually came from Turtle Island, and then they called over here Turtle Island. But before they called over here Turtle Island, it was called Snake Island. You know what I'm saying? So they say all the snakes was their enemies. And not only did they call them snakes, but they call them black snakes. You know, so now, they talk about the homeland where they at now. They actually ask a certain tribe, can they come to their land? So if you supposed to be from there, how you gonna ask somebody to go somewhere that you supposed to been at originally? You lied. And even the U team them said the only people that they saw there was was the Lenape. How? In the Lenape and
How?
them,
How? That's insane. How?
That
how?
mean they come later too.
Yeah, and they came later. So it's like, how? How?
How?
How? Because what they're covering up is they want to cover up again that there were people that were already here. So with them calling themselves um the First Nations, they have to cover up the shit. You get me? So you said something that's important. Uh I'm screen sharing, it's not popping up. Let me see if I can do this again. Let me see if I can pull this up one moment. Screen share tab. Boom, boom. Let me see. Tab not popping up. Nah. Let me try to bring it back up. Hold on. There was definitely something important that was said. Um, Let me see if I can present share files. Why this not popping up? They not letting me share this add to stage. There we go. So this is what you were talking about. Nana Bush or Nana Buzu, right? Stayed on Turtle Island. He was a powerful rabbit, the grandfather of the people, the grandfather of men. Now, I'm gonna point this out You see where
Breaking up, cuz.
those are now taking the word wabozo, rabbit, and applying the term wabo. This is insane. Insane.
What you say, cuz? I think I can't hear you.
Snake is
You're going in and out.
there was this flood, and the snake came and started to get at them. So when you read this book, read the comments. It says, wait, we back up? Yeah, we back up. Now it's talking about the turtle. It lets you know that the turtle and the snake, it's not going to say snake here, but the turtle and the snake. Can y'all hear me? Because I think my
Yeah.
signal went out. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, we can hear you, cuz. Well, I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you. Oh, he tapped out. Man, I got to go put my phone
Mic
charger.
check, mic check. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes,
I
sir.
don't know what was. Long story short, in this ideology, the turtle is sacred to them, just as in China. And this book explains that the Lenape come from different groups in Asia that eventually banded together and started to migrate into the eastern land, to the east, to the land of the sunrise. So here we go right here, Snake Island. Now I can finally read this. Let me exit this out, and I can go page for page now. We're gonna go 7. A matter of fact, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to read, see if I can read through. So bear with 2 seconds. This is book 3, number 1. There was a flood, right? After the flood, the Delaware turtle men were crowded together. They lived well and the turtle. The water froze over where they stayed. Snow came, the wind blew, and it was cold. Those the glyph. Listen. There, where the land slopes north, at the time when the wind was blowing and the weather was getting cold, they secured many big deer and pieces of buffalo meat. Yeah, let's read it together. Let me go. I'm not going to skip this. Let me go up. Now it says, it's talking about the places that they were stopping. It's talking about that all of these rivers drain into the Arctic Ocean or the Arctic Ocean, right? And the northern part of the New World, however, the most western, the Yukon flows across Alaska in a direction to drain into the Bering Sea. So these people were crossing the Bering Strait. This is what's going on. It's cold. It's cold as shit. Those who were strong and those who had power came away, separating from those who remained there. Is it not ironic that China or Chinese in Lenape means strong? Nobody? Okay. The strongest and the gentlest and the most religious did this. They were the hunters. The religious translates into a shaman. So the warriors, the leaders or the peaceful men, and the shamans are the one, and the hunters are the ones who made this trip originally. To the north, east, south, and west, the hunters traveled. In the land of long ago, to the north, the turtle land, there the turtle Delaware were hunting. Wait, let me go up. Hold up. Hold up.
That's where the Mongolians come from.
This is where the Mongolian story come from with the Washita. Because they, like Pa said, they didn't know them as the Lenape. We didn't know them as the Lenape. We know them as some else. But reading this book, which is their book, and promoted by their nation, we begin to learn who they are. Peace. What's going on, family? So they say, well, all the other herds in the land were troubled. Everyone said to the pipe bearer, let us depart. The pipe bearer. Listen to what this is, ceremony. This is something that they've carried with them over here. It says, and all these went on in another direction to the snakes in the east. They were in earnest, and they were grieving. Wait. The old western land is the semicircle. But the land of the snakes would be what? North America. The name snakes has been applied to several historic Western North American Indian groups. Shoshonean bands of Oregon, of Eastern Oregon, and Northern Idaho and Wyoming are referred to in the early literature as what? Snake Indians. So the land of the snakes is the east, and Turtle Island is Asia. And they were weak and worried and trembling, tattered and torn when they went off into Snake Island. This ends the account of the second group's removal from the north. The Ojibwa of the Great Lakes region preserve in their place names references to the snakes. One of the Ojibwa bands at Mille Lacs Reservation, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, in Minnesota, is known as the Snake River Band. Snake Island near Georgian Island, Ontario, is an Ojibwa reservation or reserve of the present time. So, Pa, do you want to touch on anything that's been talked about as far as the Snake Island, now that we're again confirming this for the people? Munt, Cuz, anyone of y'all got, want to touch on this?
No, I ain't got nothing. I just listening to the boat right now.
Say less. Just walking with it. Say less. So the thing with all of this is someone has to tell the facts of the matter. Someone has to speak the facts, because so far you have groups of indigenous people or people who've been here for so long that they've convinced their friends in the federal government that they're the oldest, while in their texts admitting that there are other people that they had encountered. Questions in the chat. If you all have any questions, please drop those now. I've been on 50 minutes, so I got about 10 minutes. I was on 3 hours earlier, so I can do an hour. So if there are any questions, I'll definitely take those.
My bad, I'm at the store, man.
Now, do you think? Cause I'm just waiting on the chat.
Yeah, them anybody wanting to know about the Mongols, that's Genghis Khan family. that
Facts,
ran away from
literally.
getting that ass whooping over there, but they already knew how to step on shit. So that's what they try to come over here doing, invade.
Like that was turn.
Some Cherokee descend from certain groups of Teligui. Those that do descend from them, they carry a special trait. I'll say that much. That can be found, right? Um, and that trait is also found on many of the rock arts and things that are found when they destroy our homes, right? When they destroy our mounds. So even here, in this Muskogee text, it's not uncommon to see that that the Muskogee lived in that Mexico region, right? But the thing is, where they debate is because the Europeans group all Muskogees into one group, as opposed to that they came to the Eastern procession. You would read this about them being Mexican or being from Mexico. Is also in Woodward's letters. Now, in Woodward's letters, there's something that is very beautiful in here that must be read, and this is going to be my dagger. Here we go. Gonna be my dagger since niggas like to talk shit. I'm finna get on your ass now. So that other presentation is done. This is a different one. So can y'all view the screen panel? Y'all good?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah.
All right. So I have this book in the house. This Thomas Woodward, page 30, 130. And they're giving an account, right? And it says, talking about, it says, I think he located the Yamasis in the middle eastern ports of Florida, and says they were the
Going in and out,
Yamasis as
cuz.
having dark skin, coarse hair, thick lips, and flat feet. Dark skin, coarse hair, thick lips, and flat feet. Let me share this. I don't know why they didn't share the first time. Here we go. Right here. So when someone say, well, bro, the Yamasi, my people had dark skin, and the nigga say, well, that was a European. Wait, what you mean? Why it gotta be them? Why we just couldn't have dark skin? Right? Why we couldn't just have dark skin? Why do we always have to go to Europeans to stamp things that we taught them? Why? Now, when we do this, it tends to hurt feelings. It tends to hurt feelings. And I got something. I have an idea. Let me show y'all something real quick. Um, Let me see if I can find this real quick. Let me see if I can find this real quick. Because Turtle Gang, you played yourself. Turtle Gang, you played yourself, brother. You played yourself. You played yourself, Turtle Gang. And I'm going to find this for you and show you that you played yourself. Where can I find this at? Where can I find this at? Where can I find this at? Okay. Let me show you a European saying this. I need to find this. I need to find this story. I need to find this story. Let me see. This is in what is bro name? In Bill's book. This is in Bill's book. Let's see. It said, could that just be the over mixing of African and Yamasi? No. See, this is where that question gets answered. And we said it. I said it earlier, but I'm going to let the Europeans explain. So hopefully I can find this in this text. Because some things are often misconstrued, right? We were given, but with Negroes like Turtle Gang, being that they were accepted by Europeans, it became, oh, well, the original people weren't dark skinned. This is what he's saying. The original people didn't look like them. So now I'm going to use a European to bust his
Hey,
ass.
say I got a question real quick. This ain't got nothing to do with
Go ahead. What I need, cuz I'm good.
Nah, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you in my ear, maybe I gotta tap out, but in my ear I could hear the ayahuasca music.
You still use it?
Yeah, I could hear it.
What?
I've been hearing it
Interesting.
this whole time. I just been trying to do. I've been.
Interesting. I got it. It's off. You good?
Okay. Yeah, it's off. Oh man, I ain't gonna lie. That's why when you was saying a lot of stuff, I was like hearing both of them. I'm like, I really
Hell
don't know.
nah.
That's why hearing.
So this story, we gonna notice a lot of people claiming this story, but we can ask them certain questions to know if this is there or not, right? So mute up for me, cuz this is a story out of a book that was told to a European, but it comes from Yuchi people. There was a sun and there was a moon. I'm not gonna get through all of that. Y'all know me. Let's get it. Now it says the Yuchi or these Yuchi be known by their skin sons of the sun. So could the dark skin have come from mixing with Africans over a period of time? We had dark skin already. Now, there are certain things that go on to prove if one goes through this or as actually that, which is here are few down. The that makes you Uchi is something else. It's so that was a wonderful question because that question is rarely asked. So that was a wonderful question. Could the Yamasi be dark skinned because they mix with Africans? No, we originally had dark skin, and here is how I can prove it through our story. But not only our story, I'm going to show you that elders and people taught this to you. And from that, Europeans eventually put it in their books. I hope that answer and try. Are there any other questions in the chat? You all who are there, I would like to say, do not forget to order your green fire. My science book is out. It's thick, hard copy. It's gonna come signed, comes with incense, green quartz, green highlighters, green sticky notes, and all of that good stuff. It's a complete package. The package is $75. Everything will be to you the day after Christmas. So because I had to push it back one day, I'm trying to fill in these slots. I do have 3 slots left. I said I was only doing 10. So I have 3 slots left. I'll eventually open it up probably in February, but you don't want to wait then because the only way to get the book will be directly, and the book itself will be the price of the actual package. So please hit me up at Wale Origins. That's on Instagram and or Facebook. You have anything that you want to discuss or go over before we do get off of anything like that? Mont, Reem, y'all boys good? Y'all got anything y'all want to get off real quick?
No, I good right now.
Okay, for sure. So shit, I'm booling, bro. I did that 3-hour video earlier. That was different, but this video is important. The digging up the bones, because a lot of people have to understand that shit. Just because your people were in this place when Europeans came doesn't mean that's where your people are from originally. You have to actually know your family story. This shit is deeper than that, right? And when these stories are in your bloodline, it makes it slightly easier, but it also makes it easier for me to bring it to the people and teach them. It's okay if your people were the Lenape that crossed into the east. It's okay if your people are the Muskogee that crossed into the east. If you look at today's world, we all have a common enemy. We all fight in a common fight. So the lookology, they look like Asians or they look like Africans or they look white, whatever it is, get that hate out your system. That's what I'm ending it with.